This has been a year like no other. With everything going on in the world right now, it can start getting you down. It feels like all news is negative news of one disaster after another. We're seeing wildfires, floods, hurricanes, heat waves, earthquakes, pandemics, severe storms, wars, social unrest, shootings, riots, tsunamis, terrorism, cyber attacks, food shortages, fuel shortages, shortages of shortages. Whoa, it's a lot. You probably felt it just then. That negative news, it's designed to pull at your heartstrings. It's not just the total number of disasters, but how often they happen. It's almost like the last disaster barely even finished, and the next one is hot off the press, coming straight at you. For most of us, these disasters were only something we ever saw in the news. Now they're coming to us and impacting our everyday lives. It feels like you can't escape the negativity, and eventually it starts to take a toll on your mind. In recent years, it feels like almost every year has been like that, right? Every year we get to a New Year's Eve party and tell our friends, let's hope next year's better than the last one, with a little sarcastic laugh at the end, just in case it isn't. We aim to put the last year behind us and begin with a fresh start. We found the courage to support ourselves, our loved ones, and our communities through many hardships last year. But it's a bit different this time. As many of us are running near empty both physically and emotionally, there's always this scary thought in the back of your mind that the next disaster is just around the corner. You aren't just imagining it either. We are seeing a higher frequency of disasters, and the average time between billion-dollar disasters and time to help communities recover has dropped from 82 days in the 1980s to just 18 days on average in the 5 years between 2016 and 2020. This is projected to increase further with rising global temperatures, which can strain the resources available for communities to recover quickly and manage future risks. Disaster recovery can take years and extend far beyond economic losses. Physical and behavioural health impacts can last long after the national news has stopped paying attention. If you're a younger person, you might be looking into the future and feeling a little stressed or worried about what the world has in store for you next. What does the world in 10 to 20 years look like for you? You might be sitting there asking, does inaction right now lead to more disasters in the future? It's something we cannot know for certain, but we certainly believe it. The thought alone wears us down emotionally. Researchers say their surveys have revealed that this stress can induce what they call disaster fatigue. This stress or disaster fatigue can reshape the way people make choices. Everybody is experiencing disaster fatigue differently. Our choices determine how we go about our day. Fatigue impacts not only our thoughts, but also our actions. Some of us might not even be aware it's affecting us. It's important to be aware of fatigue in ourselves and in those around us, so we can be proactive in finding ways to maintain our well-being. We're already dealing with so much in our everyday lives, from stressful jobs to a busy home life filled with even more jobs and responsibilities, like cleaning, washing, paying bills, or looking after the family. It's absolutely understandable that you're feeling fatigued at this time. While we all experience fatigue in different ways, it's important to realise that it's possible to counter its effects and we can overcome disaster fatigue. Here are some signs of fatigue to look out for and steps you can take to be kind to yourself and overcome these feelings. Tiredness, frustration, poor decision making, restlessness, irritability and anxiety, hopelessness, difficulty looking forward to tomorrow, dread, not wanting to be with others, loss of situational awareness, and lack of enthusiasm for things you would normally enjoy. Please be aware chronic fatigue is a serious illness. If you're experiencing extreme fatigue, please go and see a doctor. Luckily, researchers say that fatigue alone doesn't translate to a large number of fatalities, but it appears to have left many people facing mental health challenges, including anxiety and post-traumatic stress. Here are some of the most effective ways to overcome these feelings. I'm going to start with the most important one. Take a break from news and social media. The largest spread of fear is through nightly news articles constantly bombarding your phone, or the social story of the day your friends are posting about in anger or frustration. Remember, the news is a business that is designed to promote disasters to keep you engaged. The news is free for you, But for them, your emotions are the product. It's good to stay informed, but you need to give your mind a break from time to time. This will help you avoid being worn out by the world's events. Here are some other options. Identify and practice self-care strategies that work for you. Keep kids communicating. Let children know that it's okay to be worried and to talk it out. Get sweaty. Go and exercise. It's great for your mental health. Connecting with nature can really help you see the beauty in the world and forget the bad things that are happening. Reach out to others, families, or friends. For those who may not have connections, follow facts from trusted sources, take a break, or finally, do the things that you've been putting off for a rainy day. It helps to take your mind off things. The reality is, disasters will keep happening. They may even be more frequent or have a larger global impact. For the most part, you alone will not be able to stop them all from happening. Don't let this get you down. The important thing for you is to firstly, to be aware of the signs of addiction to distressing news that is causing disaster fatigue and keep an eye out for your family and friends. You need to take care of how your mind perceives disasters. You see, it's better to help and support your community in times of disaster because helping others brings joy and life satisfaction over most other things. You can do this by going out of your way to help. This alone can change your perspective. When we help and give to others, it activates the area of our brain that is associated with pleasure. This includes increasing our sense of meaning and satisfaction with life, while boosting our self-confidence too. It can also reduce stress and help us feel calmer. But every once in a while, your body needs time to recover, just like the world needs time to recover from a disaster. For the sake of your mind and your body, take a break from news, gossip, and social media. Next time you see a disaster, be aware the media thinks your emotions are for sale. Understand what has happened, but don't attach yourself to it emotionally and don't hold on to it throughout the day. Our minds like to attach themselves to negative things more than positive things. Seek out the good things in life. Do things that make you happy, for they allow for positive thoughts and happy memories. This can limit the impact disasters have on your mind to avoid burnout and fatigue. If you like this video, please subscribe and comment below. I'd love to hear what has helped you through disasters and how you alleviate the mental fatigue they can cause.